Greetings, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out from Little Castaways Beach here in Queensland, Australia, joined today by Alisa Cohn. Alisa, g'day, very warm welcome. Where are you hanging out?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm hanging out in New York City.
New York City, the big apple that never sleeps.
Apple. Yep, that's right. All those things.
All those things and more, I'm sure. For those of you who don't know Alisa, she was named the number one, not number two or three, number one global guru for startups in 2021. She's coached startup founders to grow into world-class CEOs for nearly 20 years now. That brings us nicely, Alisa, to the title of this interview, which I want to grill and thrill you on: how to build your company from startup to grown up. Question number one, our 7 minutes starts now. Who is your ideal client?
Startup founders who want to scale their leadership in service of scaling their business.
Perfect. Thank you. Question number two, what's the problem you solve for them?
I help them understand where are they going, and how are they going to get there in 3 dimensions: managing you, managing them, the team, and managing the business.
Managing you, managing them, and managing the team. Thank you for that. Whistling through the questions, 6.5 minutes left. Can you tell listeners what are some of the symptoms they're going to be experiencing? What's going on in their business or their life that gives them kind of a heads up that they should be finding out more about what you're doing?
Yeah, that's the money question. As I talk about in my book, From Startup to Grown Up, there's a lot of different ways that founders realize they need to find a coach. So one is that they're having issues with the business itself, and they're not achieving their results. One is they're having personnel problems, issues around the team, people not following, sort of the right direction. And it could also be issues with themselves. It might be imposter syndrome, concerns about their own leadership, or inability to adapt. All of those kinds of things are good markers for it's time to hire a coach.
Right. Thank you. And question number 4, these are growth-oriented individuals, probably feeling very entrepreneurial and also perhaps a little dissatisfied. So what I'm saying is they're going to try some stuff. Question number 4 is, 5.5 minutes left, what are some of the common mistakes that some of your best clients tell you that they made before they found your solution?
So many things. They hire the wrong people. They neglect to onboard those people. They don't recognize that their role as a leader is to facilitate the environment around them so that other people get to the answers versus having the answers themselves. They don't communicate enough. They fall susceptible to feeling like they've expressed themselves because the music in their head is clear, but they haven't married the intention with their impact. And I would just say to everybody, the key to leadership development in part is marrying your intention, your thoughts, your feelings, what you want to get done with your impact, how that's landing with other people.
Beautifully expressed. Thank you for that. Just under 5 minutes left. Question number 5 is, I'm looking for a valuable free action. It's not going to take them to the end of the road perhaps, but it might be a step in the right direction. What's one thing that someone could do, like a top tip that's going to get them started going in the right direction from going and growing?
I'm going to give you 2 top tips.
Oh.
One is step back and journal or meditate or tune into your inner voice and your inner intuition every day as a practice, because you really want to get a handle on all the jumble that's going on in your head. The second tip is, before you hire somebody, make sure that you are really being clear about the jobs you need to be done, you want this person to do, and then you line up the jobs to be done with the evidence that the person that you want to hire has done them already. 2 tips.
The evidence. Perfect. Yeah. Can you give us got lots of time left, so can you give us an example of a role and perhaps some of the evidence that might
Sure.
we might have to look for?
Sure. If you're hiring a product manager, you're looking for evidence that they've managed a product before. They've been able to bring stakeholders along, do customer research, that kind of thing. If you're looking for a product leader, those skills that make a great product manager are not as relevant as a leader who needs to juggle multiple things, manage several product managers, and navigate with a set of peers who are more sophisticated and more seasoned. So you want to think about, am I hiring a product manager or a product leader?
And what's the evidence that I'm looking for to demonstrate success in that specific role?
I'm looking for the background of people, right? So I'm looking for the background of people who have influenced effectively at a senior level, who have managed a set of people together and navigated the sort of things that come inside of peers working together.
Clear list of evidence. Thank you for that. So let's have a look at one valuable free resource. Where could we send people to? They're going to find out more about what you do.
So in my book, what I have is 11 scripts for delicate situations. So what that means is what you have to do when you've delivered bad news, how you have to handle it when you have to tell somebody that they're not getting a promotion, but you still want to keep them, how you manage layoffs, how you handle firing someone. I have additional free scripts on my website. It's at alisacohn.com/scripts. That will give you a set of scripts that will help you in your professional life with difficult conversations or delicate conversations.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So that is Alisa, Alisa Cohn, COHN.com/scripts. 11 conversations that you're probably going to need to have with someone on your team and how to have those conversations. 2 minutes left. Thank you so much for
They're different from the ones in my book. I just wanted to say that.
Okay, great. So get them both. Go there, get those, and then get the book. And what's the book again, Alisa?
The book is called From Startup to Grown Up, Growing Your Leadership While Growing Your Business.
It looks solid. It looks like it's not a brochure. That's a real book.
The real book.
So thank you for that. We've got 95 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
You should have asked me, hey, Alisa, how can I be the CEO in my own life? Because people don't realize that they're author of their own lives every day. The first person you lead every day is the person who wakes up in your pajamas. Think about how do you want to manage yourself on a regular basis throughout life to achieve the business satisfaction, the life satisfaction that is right for you.
Perfect. Alisa Cohn, thank you so much for your time and your insights.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.